This is the High School Crossfire. Welcome back.
Nakaima Faith is my name from Team Negative. A few questions as resolved. Are you aware that employees in a workplace need access to necessary resources unlike money?
I would like to ask you a question. Are they working for free?
Excuse me, I'm done asking. I take that unanswered. Do you feel that your work is meaningful without being engaged in that activity?
So it's meaningful without pay?
No. Okay. Will money ever be enough? Will money ever be enough?
As long as it meets my basic needs.
Okay, so meaning after getting your basic needs, you don't need to go to a workplace?
I still need the money.
So it is not a motivating factor. Did your colleague talk about a survey of 63%?
No.
No. Okay. Did your speaker speak about 99% of companies motivating people with money?
She didn't say 99%, and neither did she say 63.
Okay,
Remember
what
64?
was your statistics? What was your source of information?
Harvard Statistical Business Information.
What was your source of information?
Harvard Statistical Business Information.
Thank you. Can you get money for free?
No, you have to work, obviously.
You have to work, meaning that you work because you need money, not that money is motivating you. Okay. Do you believe that sharing information amongst the employees is important?
Pardon?
Do you believe that sharing information amongst employees is important?
Yes, it is.
It is important, more than money. Thank you. Why do people go to places of work? Why do people go to places of work?
They want to earn money.
They want money, but it is not money motivating them, but because they need basic needs also. Thank you. Do you feel good when you are recognized in a workplace?
Pardon?
Do you feel good when you are recognized in a workplace?
Pardon?
Do you feel good when you are recognized in a workplace?
Pardon? What word I say?
Thank you. You can rest your case. Our dear judge, ladies and gentlemen, I bring to you this resolution. Does money motivate more than any other factor? In this case, Team Affirmative is taking this money in terms of reaching to their basic needs, not in terms of motivating them. We don't agree with them, our dear judge. They are saying that people leave their homes to go and look for basic needs. That's why they look for money, meaning that they are not motivated, but they have the demand for money. That's why they leave their home places to look for money. Our dear judge, I've asked this man that, do you feel well when you are recognized in a workplace? He's not even certain. But maybe I think he feels good when he's earning money, but when he's slapped at the workplace. I've asked the man that, can you live? I've asked her that, are you aware that without engagement in a workplace, I can't even believe that these people are not aware of what they are talking about. If we take motivation in terms of basic needs, we are on the wrong track. We are talking about motivation at a workplace, not meeting our basic needs. Our dear judge, we should not that. That's why we are saying that motivation is a more motivating factor at a workplace. We didn't deny that money is important. Yes, we know that money is important because we meet our basic needs, but what keeps in our mind, if you go to a workplace and you earn money, why do you still keep on working? If you have gotten the basic needs, why do people continue to go to workplace? Meaning there is something motivating them at a workplace, unlike money. Our dear judge, they should note that. I remain Nakaima Faith, Team Negative.
Resolved. Does money motivate more than any other factor in the workplace? Okay, my question to you, the negator. Now, are you aware and do you agree with the effectiveness of the 3 Ps? Motivation?
No.
Oh, thank you very much. Do you even know what the 3 Ps of motivation are?
Relevant.
Can you elaborate?
No.
Thank you.
It is relevant.
Thank you very much. So, in a school, academic excellence is rewarded with a bursary, not so?
Yes.
Oh, thank you.
But there is engagement.
Thank you very much.
First, the person is first engaged in studies.
In my time.
Yes.
Now, the next question to you. Did the financial plan released by Uganda involve the aspect of barter trade?
But there was first engagement
yes
first.
No?
Yes, but engagement was done first.
Hey, so it included,
yes.
It included barter trade, eh? Thank you. My next question to you. Do engagement factors pay the basic needs?
Yes, if you are engaged, you are promoted.
Thank you
and you
much.
meet your basic needs.
Thank you. Now, my next question to you. My next question to you. We asked you a question earlier. Aren't you studying for a well-paying job?
Pardon?
Aren't you studying for a well-paying job?
Why can I study for a well-paying job?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Do you want to be poor?
I don't want to be poor.
Thank you very much.
But money does
Thank you very
not
much.
motivate
Stop
me.
there. Stop there.
Yes.
Stop there. Now, my next question to you. Self-evidently, do modern-day families reward their children with allowances? I'm asking yes or no. Do they?
No.
Then, next question. So, I'm asking you, do you want to be poor? I asked you again, do you want to be poor?
I don't want to be poor, but I need engagement.
Thank you very much. Then what other motivation do you need? Thank you. You can go and sit.
Thank you.
Now, first of all, I asked the negator side whether or not the financial plan of Uganda, the financial plan released by Uganda last year had an aspect of barter trade. She clearly said yes. I don't know how misinformed she is, but we don't have barter trade in Uganda. And much of which, if we had trade, it's monetary trade in Uganda. It means that the items we need in our daily life, the basic needs, the resources they are coming here to emphasize all need what? Money, not so. Now, I'm coming here to also tell you, I asked her a question whether she was aware and would agree with the effectiveness of the 3 P's of motivation. She didn't even know what the 3 P's of motivation are. How? This is a lack of research. Seriously, how am I debating this with people who haven't made research? The 3 P's of motivation stand for purpose, people, and pay. Now, they're telling you the 3 P's the 3 P's are purpose, people, and pay. One of the aspects being engagement factors is among the 3 P's, but they don't even know the 3 P's. Thank you. Why am I still debating this debate? They're giving us the 3 P's as one of them being what? Pay. Pay is the major factor is the major motivating factor for what? For work. Now, I came here and asked her whether she wanted to be poor in her life because the engagement factors that they're giving us as an aspect for why people are being motivated to work is what they're driving for as the major motivating factor. That means for her, the picture they're trying to paint for us is the picture whereby in their world, they would rather work for their bosses than work for money. I don't know whether she wants to be poor, but I think that's her aspect, that's her view. Thank you very much. I'd like to also go back. I asked her a question whether or not in in schools, academic excellence is rewarded by what? A bursary. She said yes. Isn't it true? When you get a bursary in a school, you are motivated to do what? To work harder. Take this to an aspect of a workplace. When you get money, if you added money, if you added your salary, if you're given allowances, you're given insurance, you're done what? You're motivated to work what? To work harder. This is the fact that they have accepted on and on and on. Why are we still debating this? Now, really, I would like to take you back to the other fact of life. She told me I asked her a question, whether or not she was studying for a job in future, and I asked her whether or not the job would be a well-paying job. She told me, obviously, I'm studying for a well-paying job. Listen to the key word, well-paying job. That's what is motivating her to work hard right now, is to get a what? A well-paying job. Is there engagement factor in that well-paying job? No, we are still looking at the aspect of money. Okay, thank you very much. I would like to rest my case.
Okay. Debaters, thank you for that very spirited round of debate. I will move to my major, the reason as to why this debate counted very badly in my books. It is because of a not so good job by the first team affirmative. Number one, what is the individual computation on both sides of motivation? Team affirmative seems to walk away on an illusion that motivation connotes more working hours, because they tell you that there is an increased marginal propensity to work with an increased pay. But team affirmative is not definitive on what is then the computation of motivation beyond more working hours. Is it that the quality of work has improved? Is it that the product of work has improved? You failed substantively on that. Next up, what does a resolution mean when they say factor in a workplace? Do they mean for people getting into the workplace? Do they mean for people in the workplace? Team affirmative. First speaker, team affirmative. Next up, what are the emerging trends with regards to money as a motivating factor? Are there ideological, this is now to team negative, are there ideological differences that can influence someone getting into a workplace? For example, if a workplace is pro something, will I go there? If I'm going to work at PricewaterhouseCoopers and they are pro-abortion, am I that? You fail to characterize greatly on that. Are there experienced kind of motivators to work in a workplace? Do we volunteer in work just to get experience and not for pay? And then if we volunteer for free, what percentage of work is volunteer work? And then how can you use it for your resolution? I felt both sides did not do this resolution justice. On that matter, for content marks, both of you have Very low marks. Next up, on strategy, Team Affirmative seems to get away with what I've already described, which is the need-based work. You get into a workplace because of money. In fact, very many times the amount of money you get motivates where you will go and work. And they give you a very important statistic that the marginal propensity to work increases with the amount of pay. People will work for more. Now, Team Negative seems to rebut that by telling you that, number one, is it for us to get into the workplace or it is while we are in the workplace? And number two, then, what is the distinction between low pay and engagement factors? Whereas you seem to get away with it, they highlight that weakness so much in your third speech. And they tell you that the relationship between low pay and engagement factors has not been proven by you. In other words, if there is low pay and there are engaging factors, will I stay in a workplace? You do not engage on that.
Let's understand, we are looking at money as a motivating factor. To Team Affirmative, there is a lot way beyond than just the essence of money, looking at basic needs. Okay, let's look at the fact that a person is even paying tuition or school fees before getting into school. So when this person comes to work, do you expect them to work for free? Are we together? There's a lot, ladies and gentlemen, that we need to do. And for this, all teams, when you go back to school, discipline yourselves. Okay? Up your game so that you are able to go to the next stages. Are we together? That's for that. Number two, this was a value resolution. Team Affirmative, sorry, Team Negative, this is just one of, if I'm to understand your case, you talked about issues of promotion. You talked about issues to do with allowances. Now, these people came up and they told you, no, promotion comes with money. Allowance comes with money. The first thing is you consider to the definitions. Because they gave you a very broad definition. They talked about motivating. They talked about the impact of money. That is including payment. It is including insurance. For example, health insurance. Now, when you talk about the issue of health, they've already covered for it. They talk about a benefit. Now, even if you talk about promotion, as I've said, they came up and took it up. So personally, it was really a debate that was very easy to judge. Because at the end of the day, that the team alternative that you gave as Team Negative was already counterfeited by what the other people said. To Team Affirmative, this is the disappointment I had. Now, yes, of course, you are able to do your role, but now, there is also a certain point these people said. You have brought in the issue of basic needs. But then are we looking at basic needs at the working place? Because we are looking at the essence of money as a motivating factor at a workplace. So are the basic needs coming at the workplace? Or they are as a result or as a fruit for hyping up your game in the workplace. So both teams, for me, it was very easy for me because now at the end of the day, the alternative that Team Negative had given was already covered up in their standpoint. And even when they came back and they tried to tell you that you're talking about promotions, but the main factor for promotions is money, you are not able to come and retaffer it the same. So it is not a must that you have to consider the definitions. Most if you know the definitions are going to have an effect to your case. Then number two, whenever you're getting an alternative, always get an alternative that is far different from what I've given.
I'm not going to say anything different from the previous judges. However, starting with Team Affirmative. Affirmative 1, you mentioned your perimeter being sustainable development, and I was very excited, honestly. I was like, where are you taking this? The next thing I know, you're talking about basic needs. How did we end up there? Personally, for me, yeah, I would fault Team Negative for failure to give us a better alternative and failure to characterize on their alternative that they give us. However, as Team Affirmative, your role, where you drive us is where we go. You get that? So if you start by talking about sustainable development, money, and now I'm like, okay, you're actually doing this resolution justice. And then we end up somewhere in basic needs. I'm really disappointed, honestly. Then the entire misunderstanding in between there, which is again brought up by the last speakers, where you now start meandering about the understanding of the resolution, which is entrenched in workplaces, not you getting a job. However, workplaces. What I would commend you for is what? Is your entire characterization, and since this is a value debate, you convince us that your ideology is better than these people's ideology. However, both teams, personally, for me, you were very poor. Style 14 for both of you, strategy 20 for team negative, 22 for team affirmative, content 20, both of you, equaling to 56 for team affirmative and 54 for team negative. It's a unanimous decision that team affirmative takes the day with greater improvement for both teams.